50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page.
Right.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show. And I'm like, so I'm sitting there like,
that was
this is kind of smoke, because I wouldn't have thought about reaching out to Yayo or Lloyd Banks. I remember this real talk. I was on probation at the time. My probation officer was like, come down to probation or we're going to lock you up on Thursday. I'm like, what the fuck I did? And New York City Intel was there. And New York City Intel said, what's going on with you and 50 Cent? I said, there's some music. What the fuck are you talking about? They said, well, this just seems like it's more than me. I said, yo, he puts people out of business. I got to respond.
You won't believe what Cameron just revealed about his beef with 50 Cent and how Jim Jones completely flipped the script. In this jaw-dropping conversation, Cameron takes us behind the scenes of the infamous Dipset fallout, giving us a front row seat to the chaos that went down when loyalties were tested and alliances were broken. He's not holding back, especially when it comes to that moment when Jim Jones crossed the line by sharing the stage with 50 Cent during their beef. This isn't just about music. It's about betrayal, business, and a friendship that was destroyed in the process. Cameron also opens up about the real reason Dipset wasn't on the same page and how the tension inside the group was just as intense as their public beef. He talks about how the music industry can tear people apart and how even the closest people can make moves you never saw coming. The insight he shares is raw, revealing the complexities of the game that fans rarely get to see. But there's more. Cam dives into the personal stakes behind the beef with 50 Cent. It wasn't just about records and radio play. It was about real-life consequences. Cam reflects on the risk he took and the tough decisions he had to make to protect his career and his brand, especially when everybody around him seemed to be turning against him. And if that wasn't enough, Cameron also opens up about the twisted role 50 Cent played in all this. It wasn't just a rivalry. It was a masterclass in strategy and manipulation. Cam explains how 50 Cent made calculated moves that took the beef to a whole new level. It went from just rap bars to real-world tension, and it had some serious implications on relationships that ran deep. This is the side of the 50 Cent and Cameron beef you've never heard before, and they'll leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about their feud. This ain't your average hip-hop story. It's the truth behind the headlines, the kind of drama that changed the course of hip-hop history. So stay tuned, because Cameron is pulling back the curtain on everything you thought you knew. Now I'm about to play this clip for y'all, but before I do, I just need you to like, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
You know what's crazy? So you was talking about Fat Joe and how you guys didn't even really have beef. So we had like a legend, for the younger audience, we had like a rap battle thing at one time. And 50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page. Right. So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show. And I'm like, so I'm sitting there like, that was this is kind of smoke, because I wouldn't have thought about reaching out to Yayo or Lloyd Banks. I'm like, niggas going public with this?
I'm like, yo.
What was your thought process behind saying, yo, you know what? Fuck the songs. How did this work? How did it go?
I was there, I'm in your horse and carriage video. I'm in the pool.
What? You know what? You told me this.
Your horse and carriage video.
You told me this before.
I was in the pool in the horse and carriage video.
Wow, that's crazy.
So if you look, like we're on, everybody's there.
Right.
Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like in the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one. Mm-hmm. And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it. Mm-hmm. But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. You gotta watch to see how he responds. And then when you see, he like, oh shit, he really like that. Hey, give me this. Get me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want him. We want you at the show, Jimmy. Yo, but that was one of those things I just threw it out and see what. And then when he bit to it because it was like he was having a moment that not sure that was going to ever happen again at that point. And then he's going, for them, they had records that where, look, I always said it's just certain artists, I go, damn, when is he going to have his moment? Like Fab, I said this to him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, damn, but you really, I think his, what's the name, Cuffing Season was that fun. But it wasn't the hit like that because it was talking exactly about what was going on at the moment. But the way he brought La Marina and all of the stuff, it was the hottest joint.
What was going on
in that
exactly
summer.
at the time. And the time.
So I'm like, yo, that I jumped on the remix because the record was going without us. Like, so I was like, yeah, I'm
right.
I got you. I do that. And then like we performed that joint. How many times did we perform that record on tour?
Yeah.
A couple times. Because it felt like a 50 Cent record to me. Like I was like, this is a hit. Like, but he didn't have like for a lyricist, like a guy that's that intricate. But the writing, he didn't have a full-on moment that was like Fab's the nigga, period, right now. Like he had a lot of hit records on R&B artists, like a lot of real hot verses that came, but it was on somebody else's joint.
Right.
It's like, look, Dirk's run is like that. Dirk's biggest records are somebody else's record that he's on. Instead of his solo records by himself. Like solo records make your hair stand up because they're talking some killer shit on there. But the records that really made them a success is usually a collaboration between him and another artist that they're working on. But I was looking, going, when are you going to have that moment specifically? And I know Jimmy was looking at that like it was someone else at the top of our culture acknowledging.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. How you felt when Jim did that shit, Cam?
So it's over.
It's over.
No, because this is what happened. So, like, you know, Fifth had sent niggas to my office with black roses and a little coffin. And I was like, all right, cool. Then I did the video. So I was like, all right, cool, this is cool. I remember this real talk. I was on probation at the time. My probation officer was like, come down to probation or we gonna lock you up on Thursday. I'm like, what the fuck I did? And New York City Intel was there. And New York City Intel said, what's going on with you and 50 Cent? I said, it's some music shit. What the fuck are you talking about? They said, well, this just seems like it's more than me. I said, yo, he puts people out of business. I gotta respond. I swerved everything I love. I told these niggas this. I'm like, yo, the man puts people out of business. You gotta say something. Then one officer's like, yeah, he does, man. He does. So it's just on me. Y'all gonna talk to him? Like, they like, yeah, his flight is late. We're gonna have a conversation with him too. So the more the story is, like I said, Dipset at that time kind of really wasn't on the same page, but it wasn't public, external. Yeah. And I was like, maybe I could fix this shit before it gets out of hand. And that's where my mind frame was at. But then when niggas went on stage, I'm like,
yeah, that was Apollo.
Shit that spun out of your nigga. It is a checkmate moment, which was, I said, this nigga's devious right here. All right, devious shit right here. But I respect it. I liked it, that shit. I liked it, that shit. Yo,
you gotta figure it out, because collectively, there would have been an issue. At that point, there was, that momentum was there. So you gotta look and go, every time, like I would look at it and say, how did I used to study Joe and them? I knew everybody in the background. That guy the third guy in the back on the corner. Yeah, they from Highbridge. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like this and that. Like I figured we knew all of them. Like so, if something happened, I could immediately respond to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then we was in it was an award show. No, it was Chris Lighty's thing. With Joe and them crews there. Pete and his mans they was going in before us, and they let Joe in and didn't let his people in behind him. And then when I came to the door, I was like, no, you gotta let them in. And it's like yeah, they was gonna let my entourage in, but they stopped a couple guys that was with them. But I'm knowing that this is like Pete and the other one that
Rich, so my Rich, him and Rich.
Nah, not Rich. It was another one. It was really, he was gonna go. That was
Joe?
Yeah, I think he had a baby by Erica Mena. What was his name?
Oh, I think he passed away.
Yeah.
All right, copy. Yeah.
But he was one of the ones out of their little crew that they knew to go for. And I'm like, you don't want to leave them out here because it's gonna leave them off balance.
Right.
If his guys that really got him is not there, he gonna be feeling uncomfortable. I'm like, I got them in. So when Joe looked to Pete and Pete go, nah, we good. It's good.
Mm.
He's like, nah, we good. He said, he got us in.
Mm.
I was like, what the fuck? He got him in because I'm like, if he was there and uncomfortable or balanced, he might have made a move that made me have to do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then that would have just fucked up the whole thing because we was really there for the right reasons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With Chris and everything. Then
that's what's up.
So cool. It worked itself out.
Fifth, thanks for coming. Murder, you know, we waiting on the year wrap up.
Yes, sir.
Yayo,
Yes, sir.
salute to you too, man. We gonna get you your roll-ups. Science Spirits, make sure y'all check out the residency here in Vegas. December 27th to
the 27th to the 4th. January 4th. Yeah.
4th. Make sure y'all come. Let me ask you something real quick before we go. Do you usually work on New Year's? Anyway?
Usually, yeah. I get out. You know, it's
on New Year's, Christmas, his birthday.
It's no holiday.
Everything, nigga.
No holidays.
It don't stop, nigga.
No holidays.
I be feeling better about. Look, when you do decide you want to spend money or do you want to do some shit, just like what? No matter how random it is, it's fine because I've worked
right
all through. I've done everything to make it okay for me to be random.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. And then that's why I keep going. And then they'll complain, but these niggas got a good life, man.
Oh shit.
They got a really good life.
There's no complaining over here.
Yeah. Lloyd Banks is very upset that this nigga has all his money.
Here this nigga go.
He has all of his money.
Here this nigga go.
Look at he got to sustain his relationship.
Fifth, man. Yeah, I see your man, right?
Yeah.
That's what. I said no. I don't know that, but I can tell by your face.
Yeah,
like,
you go.
Nigga,
Stay out of it, bro.
Yeah.
50 crazy, man.
What Cameron just revealed about his beef with 50 Cent and Jim Jones isn't just some hip-hop gossip. It's a masterclass in how the music industry works behind the scenes and the messy reality of friendships and business colliding. Looking back at this whole situation, I can't help but feel that there's a bigger lesson here about loyalty, timing, and knowing when to make a move. I don't think we can blame Cam for feeling betrayed in this situation. Imagine being in his shoes, thinking you got a tight crew, and then seeing your own people siding with your enemy. That's gotta sting. But at the same time, Jim Jones had every right to make his own choices, especially if he felt like he was being left behind in Dipset's spotlight. Sometimes people just outgrow the roles they've been playing for a long time. The way 50 tells it, Jim Jones had his moment, and he ran with it. But the real question is, was it the best move for him? Or was it a calculated decision to secure his own legacy in a game that doesn't wait for anybody? What really stood out to me here was that this wasn't your typical rap beef. This was personal. This was about the heart of what it means to be in a group that's supposed to be a family, only for everything to unravel over time. But honestly, who can blame anybody for putting their career first? In this game, people gotta look out for themselves. The loyalty Cameron talks about might have been tested, but it's hard to keep that kind of trust when everybody's chasing success in different ways. This whole incident shows just how fragile the line is between friendship and business. I don't think either side is wrong. Both Cameron and Jim Jones were just trying to make the best moves for themselves. Sometimes that means you gotta take the risk, make alliances, and take the opportunities that come your way. 50 Cent has built his empire off doing exactly that, and Jim Jones is no different. They saw a chance to elevate themselves, and they took it. What's amazing to me is how Cam handled it. He could have easily let the anger take over, but instead, he saw the bigger picture. He knew exactly what was at stake and handled the situation with a level of grace that I don't think we give him enough credit for. At the end of the day, it's clear that this whole thing was a product of two people trying to climb the ladder, and sometimes you're just going to step on toes. It's a shame that it played out so publicly, but in hindsight, it also made all of them the legends they are today. They took the drama, the tension, and the broken alliances and used it as fuel for their careers. No matter what you think about it now, the truth is that these moments shaped who they became. The narrative of hip-hop wouldn't be the same without it. So what do y'all think? Do you think Jim Jones was right to link up with 50 Cent when he did? Or was he betraying his own crew by doing so? And with all that's happened, do you think Cameron was justified in feeling the way he did, or was he just too caught up in his own situation? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.